So, as you know, I'm a OpenStreetMap UK member because I support OpenStreetMap in the UK. That's a great way to do it, to show my support. But also one of the benefits is that I can rent out a 360 camera for a few weeks. I'll give links in the description down below. But I've done just that. So it's come in the post. Let's do, in classic YouTube style, an unboxing and see what's in here. Remove the tape. So it's nicely packed, lots of polystyrene pellets. There's important details of what's in the box and what should be in the box when I return it. First out is instructions. They'll be very useful. They've got about renting it from OpenStreetMap UK and also some instructions on how to use the 360 camera. Rob's kindly gone through the manual and taken the kind of important bits and added some relevant bits for helping OpenStreetMap. There's a telescopic monopod. That importance will be shown in a moment. You could call it a selfie stick. There's the return address label. I better keep that safe, so I can give it back to Rob, who will send it on to the next member who's hiring the device. In this pouch there's also the stamps to put on the box when I return it. Cleaning lens, just to keep it maintained. Not the cleaning lens, a lens cleaner, cleaning cloth. There's a USB cable, strange connector on one end for the 360 camera to charge it. On the other end, a standard USB, so I'll be able to charge that off my computer. A tripod, which I might use for this video, but I don't think it will generally be used for the 360 camera. But yeah, that's there. I mean, it's useful as a short stick, but you can use the stick kind of short. There's some bonus leaflets. These are great leaflets. Don't know if I've talked about these before, maybe I should. But they're great when you're out and about and someone asks you what you're doing. Hand them a leaflet and they can get all the details. And in this nice little bubble wrap amongst all the polystyrene petals is the LG 360 camera. So it comes in a little case. It's got camera on one side, camera on the other side, and a few buttons. And what this does when it's set up is takes a photo on both sides and has a fisheye 180 kind of lens to kind of get the whole area. So I've already had a bit try with it, but I'll take you through how I'm going to be using it. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see this, but the instructions that are included with the camera will be a lot easier. You need to help if your phone's unlocked. So you kind of set the camera up and turn it on. You need to have pre-installed the 360 camera app from LG, and I've done that. It's available for iOS and Android. I think things are a bit easier with iOS. You need Bluetooth on, kind of starts talking to the camera with Bluetooth, but then it uses wireless to transfer the images. And I had some problems on my Android, which I think's known. First problem is making sure the camera is on. Okay, so I was having a bit of problem connecting. That's because the camera wasn't on and the battery had run dry. So I've now got it plugged into that USB cable, plugged into my laptop. My phone, which I think some Androids have a problem with, is it doesn't automatically connect with the Wi-Fi. So there's instructions in the sheet that's included that explain connecting directly to the Wi-Fi network of the camera. So I can now go camera, and so it asks if I want to tag locations. For OpenStreetMap, you want to say yes, tag them with locations. But I'm in my back garden, so I'm just going to say no. And you can see this kind of fisheye lens, which has a hand in the middle of it, but I can click and drag around and see in 360 degrees my garden. So, you know, there's my herb pot, there's a bench that I've left on its side, and some DIY projects. You can look to the sky. Now, if you go in this now if I just wanted to take a photo, I can click snap and it takes a photo of that. I can then click there and it loads the picture. What's quite nice is it's saving the picture to the SD card, the LG app, which I think conserves some power on my phone, but certainly storage, and it kind of creates this wide panoramic view. But there's a few settings explained in the instruction. So normally you will want your location turned on. There's also under mode, there's the camera shutter, setting that to take a photo every 2 or every 5 seconds is important, because I'll be able to attach this to the monopod and carry it around above my head, and every 2 seconds it will take a photo and see in every direction, which is what street level photography is. My backyard isn't very interesting to do that, so it's probably time I get out. So I was spoken before about if you're using new tools, new apps or equipment, it's always good to test it. Go on a short walk somewhere close to home. So I've had plenty of trips with old phones and old GPSs where something happened, it got corrupted, and it's a wasted trip. So I've gone for a walk around Flashvale. The main paths are already mapped, but great views. So it's a nice place to go for a walk on my lunch break. It's just by my house where I'm working from home today. So I'm going to walk around recording it with the LG 360 app, and then hopefully I'll survive the wind. But I'll upload my images as well, make sure I've got the full process. So, but now I'm going to do just a bit more and make the most of my phone battery, and see how it lasts with my battery as well. When you finished walking, come back. Don't forget to refuel your batteries, put your phone on charge, refuel your own batteries with a drink and some food. The 360 camera, unscrew it from the monopod, and there's a little case, and you can pop out the SD card Put in an adapter to insert that into your computer if you can. That's the fastest way to transfer the images off here. Or plug in with the USB-C cable, plug it into your computer the right way up. If you're plugging it in, you will need to turn the camera on. And it takes a bit of time to load. This is why it's faster on the if you plug the SD card straight in. Although that doesn't work very easily on my computer. And this means a charge. We see lots of JPEGs. Now if you select them all, instead of doing that, Control A, select them all, Control X to cut them, and then Control V to paste them. Have another drink while that transfers them all over. And like this it will be done. So you see that might have taken a long time. Even if you were just out for an hour or two. And when you're doing stuff with these files, you don't want to be waiting for that time. It's a lot quicker to open them once they're on your computer. Now with these images, I can show you what they look like, but it's yeah, I can show you what they look like, but it's not very interesting as I showed the panorama already. What we want to do is go to mapillary.com and click Explore Imagery and Data. That seems a bit confusing to me when you want to upload. Hopefully your internet connection isn't being as slow as mine is today. But up here in the top right, I can open up the menu, click Upload, and there's a blue button called Upload. So Mapillary is a website that hosts street level photography. If I click Browse Files, go into that folder. Now I've found it looks a bit better on Mapillary if you look at the interval numbers and just do one set at a time. So these are the first images up to interval 12 before interval 1. Go open, and Mapillary uses that geotagged information that we got the app on the camera to save. I click Review, and this lets me look at the images. Maybe the GPS wasn't quite accurate, so I can align them up here if I know that this road in OpenStreetMap is already accurately mapped. This was a place near Sedgefield where the road went on a bit further than previously did. Click Upload the images once I've done that. If you don't adjust them all to the right location, you can always do that later. I found it's a bit easier. Now this will upload all the images. You can then have the option to open more from your folders to do the next block and the next block. And then Mapillary needs to process them. It needs to understand the direction and things like that. So it will do some processing, and it won't actually be able to show you them immediately, but it will send you an email. So if I do the magic trick again to get some that have already been processed, so you can see Durham's already got a lot of Mapillary photos. This is because I've been uploading for a while. You don't need the 360 camera. You can just use the standard phone and the Mapillary app, but the photos will only be forward facing. So we can go somewhere like here. See all the green dots where they are, and it tells us this one was a 360 view. So this photo, it's worked out. I can look all around and I can see, I can click along to the next photo. I found it was best to take photos every 5 seconds, and people can learn that there are steps here and use that to add to OpenStreetMap. You can look and see there's a allotment to the left, so that's already on OpenStreetMap. You can look down and see me and my OpenStreetMap high-vis jacket. You can even click the play button and it steps along. I think here I kept rotating the camera accidentally, so it's not always forward facing. Eventually we should get to the top of this hill and you can pan around as it's playing and see the nice views. So if I stop there, this is where I was talking when it was quite windy. Not a lot to map here other than the path. But let's look at another part of Mapillary. So this is a town called Chesterley Street, not far from Durham. Lots of photos already, but you can see here, if I shift it up from the corner, I took some photos here along the main front street. And these birds are shut up. This is helpful because you can see the shop names and what shops they are. So we can update that in OpenStreetMap. It's quite helpful using this 360 camera because usually it would take a while to either write down all those shop names and types or to take a photo of every single one. And as you might be familiar, a lot of high streets in the UK are constantly changing. This building full of shops is being refurbished, so a lot of those shops have moved. So I'll be able to find them and update OpenStreetMap. But you're probably bored of me in this video for now. So I'm going to get out and take the camera for some more photo trips while I still have it on hire from OpenStreetMap UK. Check the link in the description if you want to be the next person to rent it out. And we'll I'll do another video on how to make use of these images in Mapillary, whether they're your own or someone else's, to update OpenStreetMap and give it more detail.